and subscribe now, or you're gonna have bad luck this week.
It's not a secret that the ocean holds a significant number of secrets and surprises for anyone that would dare venture into the deep dark under to explore. Some of the planet's most enormous, smallest, ugliest, most beautiful and unremarkable creatures live there. Today we are going to be taking a bravery test by venturing into the great scary ocean. Make sure to stick around to find out the biggest animal in the last 4.5 billion years on planet Earth. Number 10. Gigantic Oceanic Manta Ray. Let's dive right in with an animal from a group that you've probably seen around if you've gone snorkeling or even to the aquarium. The impressive rayfish. Now, the largest animal of this group is also one of the largest animals underwater. I'm talking about the giant manta, with a body that can be as long as 7 meters, and it can weigh up to 3,000 kilos. I didn't know about this creature until a few weeks ago. I've had to stare at this animal in admiration of its beauty. Not only is it very big, but it is also the one with the biggest brain among all fish. Up until a few years ago, the gigantic ocean manta was part of the manta family due to its similarities with other rayfish in this group. But after some DNA testing, scientists found out that the giant manta was more related to the mobula family. However, they never dropped the manta out of the common name. This massive fish likes to live in tropical waters far from land, so don't expect to find them near you. They're not like their small relatives that like to hang out near the reef. When they're in deep waters, they prefer to swim in a straight line, but they just bask or swim in a very lazy way when they are in the shallow waters. Number 9. Japanese Spider Crabs. Coming in at number 9 is the Japanese spider crab. Now, this might seem a bit weird to you, but that's because it basically sounds like an oxymoron. It is a spider? It's a crab. Is it a mix of both? Well, the Japanese spider crab is a species of marine crab that lives in the waters around Japan. When you go to the beach, one of the most common animals you might come across would be a crab, but these spider crabs are so massive that they live in the deep parts of the water. The spider crab derives its name from its resemblance to a spider, its rounded body and long slim legs. Its legs can span over 12 feet in length, and it not only holds the title for the largest crab, but it also holds the title for the largest arthropod of all. Would you just look at that? Number 8. Ocean Sunfish. The ocean sunfish is just another typical example of just how weird things can get in the deep down under. This weirdly shaped animal called the ocean sunfish is also called the mola mola, or the floating head fish. It gets its name sunfish because they often enjoy floating up to the surface of the sea to bask in the sunlight. This giant fish is also called swimming head because it literally does not look like the regular fish morphology, head, body, and tail. It is literally just a head. These have been measured to over 10 feet and an astonishing 5,070 pounds. Imagine a 10-foot long head just swimming right past you. If you're wondering how they get to swim without tails, considering a tail is an essential part of fish movement, you might want to know that the mola mola powers itself by its mighty fins. These fins are also responsible for helping them swim on their sides. The mola mola is typically a solitary fish, but they are sometimes found in groups for cleaning. Their diet generally consists on jellyfish and zooplankton. Number 7. Portuguese man-o'-war. The Portuguese man-o'-war is also referred to as the man-of-war, bluebottle, or floating terror. Neither of those names sound remotely nice, so I think we know what we are up against. The floating terror. Yeah, I'm gonna use that name because it's literally the coolest name. It's often mistaken for a jellyfish, but you might be surprised to find out that it is actually comprised of a colony of genetically identical individuals. That's right, it's literally hundreds of little men-o'-war making up the giant jellyfish-like animal that you can see. The component animals compartmentalized into 4 parts themselves, depending on function. Each of the 4 specialized parts of the floating terror is responsible for a specific task. That said task could be floating, capturing prey, feeding, and reproduction. The animal was named a Portuguese man-o'-war because it generally looked like an 18th century Portuguese warship under full sail. The tentacles contain stinging facilities with microscopic capsules loaded with coiled, barbed tubes that deliver venom. This venom is capable of paralyzing and killing fish and crustaceans. While it might not kill you, the sting from this is extremely painful, so you better make sure to steer clear from any that might have washed ashore. Number 6. Vampire squid. The full name is vampire squid from hell. First the name, and then the look, which is just like what would happen if an octopus and a squid could foment horrendous imaginations. But don't be scared, these creatures can never suck your blood. No, they can't even suck the blood of fellow sea residents. Rather, it feeds on food particles at the bottom of the ocean where it lives. Also, it catches plants and animal remains that sink to the bottom of the sea for food. While the rule of the jungle is eat or be eaten, this creature doesn't have interest in such a game. To escape predators, it lets out a particular substance that produces light. This light confuses the predator, so our vampire squid creature can escape. Apart from the light produced from the protective discharge, each arm's tip produces lights that represent communicative signals with one another. Number 5. The great white shark. You would never see this creature swimming on the surface of the ocean. The great white shark is committed to life underwater, that they never appear on the surface of the water in their entire life. They run 3 times faster than an average human male, and they are far more terrifying than they look in pictures. This breed makes up 1/3 of all shark attacks in the ocean, and the average great white shark weighs 5,000 pounds and can grow up to 15 feet in length. Their gray upper bodies allow them to blend in with the ocean floor, meaning that one needs to be vigilant to notice them. With the help of their serrated triangular teeth, they prey on other sea creatures like seals, sea turtles, small-toothed whales, and sea lions. Their natural habitat is coastal waters around the world. Number 4. Giant Pacific octopus. The giant Pacific octopus is not only the largest octopus in the world, but also the one that lives the longest. On average, they can be 5 meters long and weigh about 50 kilos, but some records show that some of them can be as big as 9 meters long, weigh 270 kilos, and live up to 5 years, which is a lot in octopus years. Both males and females usually die after breeding, so it seems like their lives' main purpose is to reproduce and then die. However, in those 3 to 5 years of existence, they are one of the biggest animals in the ocean. They're carnivorous, and their preferred meals include shrimp, clams, lobsters, and different types of fish. Sometimes you can even see them eat birds and some types of sharks. One of their most impressive characteristics is their camouflage. With their red and brown heads, they perfectly blend in with landscape at the bottom of the ocean floor. Number 3. Giant oarfish. When you see this giant oarfish, you might be inclined to think it is literally just a large sea serpent, and honestly, I wouldn't blame you. Not many fish look like this. Known as one of the world's largest bony fish, the giant oarfish seldom finds themselves close to the seashore and live at depths as deep as 3,000 feet in the ocean. Because they reside in the deep dark water columns of the ocean, they rarely ever come to the surface, and the first few times they ever washed ashore, humans were so terrified that they thought it was some kind of demon. Of course they did. Oarfish can get so long that they reach lengths nearly 26 feet. They also lack scales and are known for having humongous eyes. You gotta admit, you'd need massive eyeballs too if you were living in the darkest parts of the ocean. Number 2. Beluga fish. As the most massive fish, the second longest fish after the giant oarfish is beluga, and the world's largest freshwater fish. This fish considered to be the most expensive fish to eat. The reason behind this is natural factors such as the water where the fish live, which really matters. The off taste may often be a reason for seasonal factors. Some prefer the pure taste of the beluga, and this is why caviar from the sturgeon is so expensive. The beluga sturgeon is a long-lived species, living over 100 years, although it is reported to grow to 10 meters in length and weigh up to 2,000 kilograms. According to research, the largest recorded beluga caught in the Volga estuary in 1827 was a female fish measuring 7.2 meters in length and weighing 1,476 kilograms. This is the reason to include it in the list of 10 biggest fish in the world. Number 1. Blue whale. Finally, we have not only the biggest ocean creature, but also the biggest creature to ever roam the earth. And the most surprising thing is, it still exists. The blue whale is so huge that it can make a grown man look like a minnow, even as a baby. The largest creature to ever live, the blue whale, averages 25 feet or 7.6 meters long at birth and weighs about 3 tons. As an adult, it can easily stretch to lengths of a city bus, which is around 100 feet in length and weigh close to 200 tons. Blue whales were abundant in nearly all of the oceans on Earth until the end of the 19th century. Sadly, these innocent and amazing creatures were hunted almost to extinction by whaling, with data showing around 350,000 whales were hunted from 1868 to 1978. That was when the ban on blue whale hunting was put. There are around 25,000 blue whales in the world now, and they roam around all the oceans of the world. Which one of these ocean creatures have you seen in real life? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.